Okay, I have to add to stream. Hello, hello. I know the quality's not that great, y'all. We have to manage. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? Nana's coming. How are you all doing this Sunday evening? Just give me a second. I just have to share this. Let me see. Where's everyone watching from? We have a few people on. Thanks for being on. Hi everyone! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! It's been a while. I mean, we had a video last week, but with the holidays,
It's been a while since we've been on live.
yeah, together especially because I think we did do a few like ourselves. Hi, Sin. Hi, I am Sin. Spider-Man's Prime. Hello.
All right, so what we're gonna do is get to the point because when this uploads as a video, if you spend too much time in the beginning, then it'll be hard for people
no one wants to watch
right
it.
to like stay on the video when it actually becomes a real video. So happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to Ejima. Okay, for everyone that doesn't know, my name is Nnena, and currently I am in Houston, Texas, visiting Ngozi. So we decided whenever we're together. When's the last time I seen you in person?
September, and we went live Labor Day week. Labor Day weekend.
That's when the last time I seen you in person.
Yeah, you don't be outside. You be in your
October,
house.
November, December. That's how y'all know I love Charlotte. I really don't be coming to Houston.
This the Queen of Charlotte.
The Queen of Charlotte's in the building. One of the daughters of Charlotte in the building.
Like
you know what it is. We'll be all right. Does it get brighter?
I have my other light. Continue. Let me just.
Yeah, I'll continue. So I was thinking about this today. I was like, when's the last time me and Ngozi seen each other? And I can't believe it's been since Labor Day. I think this is the longest I've ever gone without seeing Ngozi. 4 months. I was supposed to come for Thanksgiving. I canceled that ticket. I was just in a weird funk, and I was just, whew, that was a rough month. And I canceled that ticket and ended up coming this month. Wow, never again. We'll do better, y'all. So whenever we're together, we always try to go live just because we don't live with each other anymore. For you guys, I don't know. We both were identical twin sisters that moved from New Jersey. I moved to Charlotte August of 2020.
I moved in February 2022.
Yes, and Ngozi moved February 2022, so it's coming up 1 year.
Coming soon.
Her living in Houston, Texas, and about 2.5 years me living in Charlotte, North Carolina. So yeah, that's just an intro for all the new people. You're live. Happy New Year, isn't it? Watch it from NYC.
Look at this.
Oh, this is much better. Wow.
We didn't want to keep y'all waiting too long. I should have set this up, but I didn't realize how bad it would look.
We had company.
Yeah.
I didn't look so much better.
Look at the light. As people say, camera. Number one thing is lighting. You can go by the newest iPhone, by the newest technology, and your lighting sucks and your quality is not good. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so I can't believe next month has been a year. How? The way time flies. I'm still, you guys know.
Shout out, I'm gonna pin this because you already know. She said, shout out to the Queen of Charlotte.
Literally, she's here for 2, y'all. I'm not even gonna put her on blast. She's supposed to be here for like 4 days. She's here when Nana's not in Charlotte, she feels weird. She's calling for all the Charlotte jish. She's like, she wants to. It's like left to her. Let me not even put that on the spot. She's supposed to come my birthday, November. Cancel.
I already told them.
Supposed to come again. She did not even want to come. It's just that my family's here. She knows I would just go on her if she didn't make it to this trip because, like you said, she says 4 months we've seen each other.
I think this is the longest she's ever gone without.
She does not want to leave this Charlotte. The way I'm working to recruit her to come to Houston, it's gonna be. It's gonna have to be like. I'm gonna have to fight, but I serve a living God. He's gonna do it for us. And Charlotte is honestly great. Honestly, it was really fun. Then it always says last year I only went there one time. Let's be real. I used to go to Charlotte more because I was living at home. So going to Charlotte was like an escape. I'm getting out of New Jersey. It's cold. I'm getting away necessarily from my family. Every time you want something new, it was still, we're used to living with each other. I went to Charlotte 6 times before I moved.
Oh, here we go.
7 times total.
This up.
All right. But once I got my own apartment,
where's the YouTube thing?
You have to search it.
Okay.
Once I got my own apartment and I'm paying rent, it's like, why am I jumping here, jumping there? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, let me stay where I am. Right. Let's say Houston greater than Charlotte. Yes, girl. They're both great. They're
They got
both
me here
great.
Sleepy Joe on a Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm forcing
last-
them to go out.
Don't even listen to her, y'all. Last night I wanted to go out. This girl, mind you, we're up to 1 a.m. talking. She was like, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere tonight. Oh, count that out." But if she was in Charlotte, she would be at the club. She would be
I would
out at
not
a
be at the
bar. She would be
club.
out
That's
somewhere.
not
But because
true.
she's in Houston, oh, I don't want to go out. No, I'm fine. What am I? I'm not going anywhere. Mind you, she did land a little late. She landed like 7. But still, if she was in Charlotte, guaranteed. Justina, get on this line. I need to share this with my cousins. If she was in Charlotte, she would be here.
Nena got me to love Charlotte. Are you in Charlotte? Do you live in
Sorry,
Charlotte?
we're trying to, share this.
Where did you live in NJ? We lived in West Orange, New Jersey. Hello. Let me see. There's a hello, my fellow Nigeria/New Jersey Queens. Hi, Spotimus Prime.
Hi, Spotimus. I'm trying to add this.
Okay,
link.
so
Sorry,
basically,
y'all.
let's get to the point. Okay, but we're gonna always keep it fun, entertaining. You know how we do. So, living in Houston, Texas, or Charlotte, North Carolina, 2023. Which one are you gonna choose? Right. So it seems like sometimes these topics may seem a bit redundant. I'm just like, oh my! I already tagged you, so you can just repost what I tagged.
And you put the link.
Yeah. It may seem a bit redundant, but these are questions. We're going based off what people ask us a lot. And you can't make videos for all of this stuff. And it's better for me and Ngozi to be together, especially now that we don't live together. It's easier for us to just go live and answer all these questions and kind of address them, because a lot of people have so many questions, and you just start to realize that nowhere is perfect. And everyone has their question concern. I personally, until recently, I didn't know Houston had a bad rap for dating. I personally never knew that, because I just don't think there's anywhere.
When I first moved here, that's how I ended up in this. I'm still waiting on the Holy Spirit to guide me whether I'm going to share my story. But that's why, honestly, when I first moved, I ended up just back with my ex, because when I met a group of girls. I moved in February, March, met people started going out. The horror stories I heard about dating. Horror. Like when I say horror, I'm like, Houston, where 25% Black people are doing well. Why would it be so difficult? People were like scaring me, like, yo, if you know what's good, you better go. Your ex is trying to make it work. He didn't beat you. He didn't cheat on you. Go make. And I ran back because I'm like, the streets, like it was. People were making it sound so terrible, and honestly, I think it comes back to number, like we making our best places for single Black women and all these stuff and statistics. Quality over quantity. Is you know what I mean? Houston, you will go out, you will see so many professional people, nice people. You see a lot of men, but the quality is the issue that may be lacking. And when I say quality, it's not that they're not doing well, that they're not making money. Are they cheaters? Are they married? Are they successful? Houston men are known married men. They're known to have married men posing as single men dating women. Like it's a thing here. Like it's on another level. So I just feel as if, like I said, if you haven't watched that video, I'm gonna put that. I'm going to put the link in soon. Nowhere is perfect. I tell women all the time, if you're moving just based on thinking about your love life, I'm not saying that to an extent it can't make an impact, but I would really, really warn against that. That's me personally. Like, I don't, not to say you can't move somewhere thinking, okay, this is going to give me a better chances, but you should like that place for other things too.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be just thinking, oh, if I move to DMV, I'm going to get married in 6 months. No, none of that's guaranteed.
Okay, so wait, sorry, keep going.
You go where you're going to have a better quality life. You're going to enjoy where you are. Like I said, people say all the time, oh, I moved to Houston. People have different. Number one reason I moved to Houston was weather.
Like it's 70 to something degrees.
Ask them how we dress
Tuesdays, 80 degrees.
80 degrees.
I'm not gonna lie. The
no
weather's
jackets.
Better than Charlotte.
Charlotte's
better
than
Jersey,
reasonable, but Charlotte still gets cold. They still get cold compared to
bad.
here.
Christmas weekend was cold. That was everywhere, even in Houston.
But I'm saying I've been to Charlotte 7 times. Like I've said, so I've been there different times in the year.
7 times in like 5 years.
I've been there different times during the year, so I know all year around the season. Charlotte gets cold. It's not snowing, of course. Like it's still better than Jersey, but the weather still gets, it gets a little. It gets chilly.
Nowhere is perfect, but with support and informed people like y'all giving us pointers really help. Oh,
thank you. And that's how people say, oh, why make
I lived in DMV. Yes, that is not going to happen.
People make these videos. That's why we make these videos. Like we said, sometimes we sound like being redundant. But like I said, when I moved I met a Diamond. Shout out to you again. I met a subscriber in Alta. She said, oh, you're in Ngozi? Yeah, I moved to Houston because of you. This is real life. People are making decisions based on what they watch. So I don't feel comfortable coming out and telling you guys a fantasy. Telling you, oh, this is so perfect. My experience has been amazing. Everything is great. So when you make those videos, like what I knew about before I moved to Houston, people, especially the Houstonians and natives, people get offended, which is natural because everyone wants to defend their city. That's where they're from. But it's not personal. It's just for people are going to come here regardless, right? but let them know what's going
Right.
on. Let them be a well-informed consumer.
ATL
and
was
they make that
canceled to me when many friends kept saying the same thing, dangerous to date. You know what's really funny? Because I used to feel like I could never live in ATL. But the longer I stay in Charlotte, I'll be thinking, if I went somewhere else, maybe I'll consider ATL because it's close to Charlotte and I will still get like 2 cities for one kind of. And like,
it's still a lot to do.
Right.
That's the issue. I always see
Outside of
Nana.
dating.
I keep telling Charlotte. Charlotte is a nice city.
But
Trust
it's
me, don't get it
small.
wrong.
Mhm.
But it's not developed.
Right.
The Black Sea, especially, we talking for our people. The Black Sea in Charlotte needs a lot of work. They don't have. They're not to say they're not trying. They are trying, but you
It's
cannot
a
compare it
small
to
city.
Houston, Atlanta.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
even start DMV, DC. You can't compare it. So if you go in Atlanta,
It's getting, but it has enough. It issues that does it have enough for Black people? I don't know, but Charlotte does have a lot of Black owned spots, so it's good. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, Atlanta actually has a lot to do just in general, like a lot of Black culture, a lot of African, not Nigerian. The one I could say, I don't know if there's a lot of Nigerians in here, but like if you want to be somewhere with a lot of Nigerians, don't move to Charlotte. Tell you that straight up.
If you don't want to be around
Nigerians, if you don't want to be Nigerian, move to Charlotte.
Don't move to Houston.
Yeah, don't move to Houston. Don't move to Atlanta.
And even when people say that, people say, "I don't want to go to Houston with Nigerians." Everything is where you decide to go. If you decide to live in Southwest Houston and you want to go to see a Nigerian church, you're going to see Nigerians all the time. But Houston is very big. People forget that there's parts of Houston that only white people live in. Like it just
but realistically, if you're like we wouldn't sit around in those areas.
But what I'm saying is that to drive you could take over an hour just to drive from.
I think that's the thing that kind of makes me nervous about like Atlanta. Like they're just kind of
very
too big. Yeah, and I kind of like how
Atlanta
Charlotte's small.
Houston is huge.
Let's look at populations right
so it
now.
depends on what area you want to live in based on the experience you want to have. I could take you. I remember I talked to a friend went to Houston, say he feels like he's on vacation. Because it's not the normal Houston that he's used to going to, the areas, the spots he's used to going to. It was a whole other environment for him, the same Houston. So I keep saying that to put that into perspective, everything is dependent on what you want to experience, experience you want to have.
Population of Houston.
And that's just the city, 2.2 million. And including the suburbs is about 7 million, if I'm not mistaken.
2.28 million. Population of Atlanta. Whoa, we can't even compare it. 496,461.
That's why I made a comment.
And that's why I think in my mind, I feel as if I probably would rather go to Atlanta than Houston. I just feel like Houston is too big. Like even the driving we're doing over here, like it's just too much. It's too big that I feel like it's big, so big that I might just end up staying home all the time.
Place you recommend in Charlotte, Houston, authentic food.
He's always talking about
food. Anywhere, any Nigerian restaurant. I'll be honest, I don't really go out and buy Nigerian food like that because I cook
Charlotte's population is saying higher than Atlanta?
We 879.
Charlotte has more people than Atlanta.
Atlanta's bigger, but Charlotte confirmed the square miles. We talked about that in our with our cousins.
Charlotte's population is saying 879,709. In Atlanta's 496,000.
Yeah, because we said it because a lot of people in Atlanta live in the metro area of Atlanta. When they use this population, including just the city, the actual city. But when you include the metro areas, like I said, we discussed that.
It says, in fact, the city of Charlotte is 1.7 times larger than the city of Atlanta in population. Wow.
Okay. Houston is huge. Yes, Houston. People don't understand, especially when you start adding the suburbs. Oh my God. People say I live in Houston. Where do you live? I live in Cypress. When you start adding these suburbs, Cypress, Rosenberg, Richmond, Katy, Tomball, is Aldyne one? That's Humble. This one, one.
So what I can say is that maybe because of where Ngozi lives specifically in Houston, what I can say, maybe compared to where I live in Charlotte, when I'm here in Houston, I kind of feel isolated.
And that's the point I was
making. You get what I'm saying? I kind of feel like I don't
live in the city. I was talking to my friend that was just here. I feel like where we live is very suburban. But you understand that people being in the South, this is normal for them.
Right.
They're not looking at the way that us come from up north. Like, I'm not saying I want to live in downtown. I want to live in the city center, but like, I don't want to feel like I'm in New Jersey. I don't want to feel like I'm living in like where I was from New Jersey in my hometown. Like, I want to feel like I'm in the city. Houston's a city. But of course, it's a slower. You can't compare it to being in Manhattan or being in LA. Like, you can't expect that type of vibe. Like, we're still in the South. You know what I mean? So it's a different feel. But I said that I want to move closer. Y'all, I went apartment hunting yesterday. There's a reason I'm living where I'm living. And let's just keep it like that. This market, these prices, I have 3 weeks. It's crazy what they're charging out there. And like I said, people moving down for people. It's not cheap the way people think. It's not as cheap. Some people still have that mindset. You're gonna come to the South. You're gonna get a 1-bedroom for $1,000, a nice 1-bedroom. No, you're not. You can get a 1-bedroom for $1,000 for sure. It's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be in a nice area.
Or maybe be in a country.
It's not gonna be amenities. It's not gonna be close to things. I tell you, you can get it for sure, but it's not. Like, I feel like some people overestimate how cheap they think the South is. It's not, especially if you want something nice in the city. It's not cheap.
I'm really still shocked about this Charlotte and Atlanta thing. Charlotte's twice the size of Atlanta. Could someone confirm this in the comments?
Yes, we took screenshots of this how many weeks ago? Let's do square feet. Charlotte.
Why don't you just buy a small condo and save your money? Don't be a slave to high rent. Do you live in a condo?
I hate when people always say that. I get what you are saying, but like you need to have money. Like you don't know people's financial situation. People are paying rent month to month. You don't know whether they have. There's a reason why people are not buying if they're not buying. Like I get it.
You want to know the place.
Yeah, like I've only been here. I'm not buying somewhere that I'm not sure I'm going to stay here. I understand people say you can rent and all that stuff. You can rent it out and stuff like that, but no. Like I have other plans.
And then who's to say a condo is going to be cheap when you want a condo?
And condo's not cheaper. I hit up my locator. The price she's telling me a month just to even rent them. Talk less of buying them. And like I said, I don't want to. If I get a condo, I'm not going to get some old ass condo.
Starter condo.
You want something nice? I'm telling you, in Houston, most people. If you go, the biggest fact that I'm trying to stay in Houston. If you're trying to go outside to the suburbs and live with families, that's another story. But to be in Houston, proper Houston, and get something nice, a condo, it's still gonna go for a lot of money. It's gonna be way more than me renting. If I'm crying about the rent, am I gonna be able to afford the mortgage and the taxes? Is gonna be more than the rent. Is the point I'm making. And people, like I said, people also have other personal reasons why they don't buy. So I feel like, especially as we need to stop. I feel like I get the concept about saving money, but I feel like people try and simplify. It's not that simple. Like there's reasons why people choose not to buy. I understand everyone wants to own a house and home ownership is good and that's great or whatever, but you know, the idea of like saving, oh, you're a slave if you're renting. I've seen apartments that are 2005, no slave is living there. Those apartments are wow. Like the apartment if money wasn't an issue, wow. Like wow, so nice.
And many of those people
own houses.
The
people living on them, they're all in real estate, but they don't want to live in a house. Right. They don't want to take out trash. They don't want to do any of that stuff. They want to live in an apartment for the convenience, for the ease, there's a reason why we have that video. I also shared the link, Hanover Post Oak. The guy told me, said most people here, they're real estate owners. They have money. If you're paying $2.5 for a 1-bedroom, are you a small person? You making decent money.
Basically, the idea is that some people just don't want to.
They don't want to live in a house.
Right.
It's not because they don't have the money. It's not because you know what I mean. The idea that I get it. Like I said, I understand the whole home ownership thing that we're pushing, but you know we have to be careful with that.
Neighborhood vibe can change literally overnight.
When you talk about in terms of gentrification, because these areas that everything is springing up 1, 2, 3, they give it one name, some hipster name. This is this area. Right. This is that area. And this is all the same thing. This is all Post Oak. This is all Galleria. This is all River Rose. Then they're making this. Oh, this is a Greenway. This is Upper Kirby. This is Museum District. This is this. This is that. And once they put that label and a few nice restaurants open up around it, prices increase. It's crazy.
Moved to Houston a couple months ago from NY. It's pretty big. A lot of restaurants. The drive getting to certain events coming from the suburbs, and I need to know the area before.
I'm telling you, ask Nnena. I'm in Houston. Nnena's complaining that she feels isolated.
I can't imagine.
Let me take you to Katie.
I can't imagine living farther out than here. Let me take you into
the suburbs.
Like here, I feel like maybe because I'm in where I live in Charlotte.
Like she can walk to stuff.
I could walk to stuff, and I can walk to like uptown, basically. You know what I mean? Like I'm in a very good centralized location. So like being by myself, being new. It like I just feel also I think about your state of mind, like your mental health too. Like it's different when you're from somewhere. Like when I was living in New Jersey in the suburbs, at least I have my family. I'm living with people. It's my environment that I'm used to. But like when you're going somewhere new and you don't know anyone, like you don't want to feel isolated. Mm-hmm. On top of already being in a new city all by yourself, where you don't know, you don't want to be from far.
So far, I'm not able to do it because my friend lives next to me. I was dating a guy. Mm-hmm. He was in this area, so it's like I didn't come in really feeling like alone, and it was very helpful. Trust me, but it's like
just visiting, staying. I feel isolated. Like I can't imagine living here by myself. I feel like I'd be feeling sad working from home here by myself.
Another factory in your house all day.
No, I couldn't. Like I want to be. If I'm working from home, I need to be where it's lit.
You can walk out.
Yeah, like during the day, like my gym is. I walk across the street to my gym. You know what I mean? Like I want to
square feet.
It's just square feet of what? Apartments?
No, about just to. I know we're deviating, but we're talking about the square feet.
Okay, so are there anyone in this chat who's thinking about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina? And
Charlotte is bigger.
No,
Atlanta's 136 square miles. Charlotte is 312 square miles.
Really?
Houston 665 square miles.
I cannot believe Charlotte.
We established this like 2 weeks ago. Charlotte is bigger than Atlanta. You wouldn't know because Atlanta, everything is Atlanta, but Charlotte's bigger than Atlanta.
So Charlotte has a lot going on. It's just
I say, it's not. It's Charlotte's like it's not the black scene's not developed. Like
Why do you
Atlanta's
keep
known.
saying that? I don't think
Atlanta's
that's
known to be
true.
like the black
Do you know how
Mecca
many black
of America.
places are in
But
Charlotte?
come on, you
You know how
can't
many
compare
black
it to
owned spots are in
Atlanta.
Charlotte?
But I'm saying you can't compare it to Atlanta.
Oh, a lot of Charlatan. Where you guys moved from? Big TT area? Where are you
moving
living
from?
now?
And what part of
Like,
Charlotte?
when you say Charlotte black scene's not
Area.
developed, I don't get. What are you really trying to say? Only I can say you saying is that there's not a lot of Nigerians in Charlotte.
No.
Right, you know why I can confirm? Because me and my cousin always have this argument because she'd be like, "Oh, if they open up another African club, well, people, no one's gonna go to another one." I'm like, "That's not true. Maybe people are not coming out." And she's like, "Oh, Arkansas, interesting." She's like, "No, this is how you confirm if there's a lot of Nigerians." It really makes a point. Like this morning, we went to a Nigerian church called Winners. Just from the parking lot, the size of that church, you know there's Nigerians in Houston. You go to Winners in Charlotte.
Like, wow, this is Nigeria.
If you go to Winners Chapel in Charlotte,
I went to it. I was like,
50
wow.
people max.
I was like, wow, and that's the point I'm making.
You go to Redeem,
there's still
100 people.
They're still building up. They're still really developing.
If you're not about developing, point I'm just saying these are not Nigerians that live there. It has nothing to do with developing or building. But Charlotte has black people. Charlotte has a lot of black people. It's just they don't have a lot of Nigerians.
But you're not understanding what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the black scene is not developed in Charlotte the way it is in Atlanta or Houston.
But developed as in what? What are you saying?
Like you can go to Atlanta and go to spots that are nice, sophisticated classes, all black people. They have a lot of it. Like they cater to basically the cities cater to black people. Atlanta caters to black people. Mm-hmm. Houston caters to black people. Charlotte doesn't do it as much. It's not just like it's up and coming. It's still figuring out a lot of things, but like you can't compare it. Like I'm not saying it's something that's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a historical thing. Also, I don't think Charlotte historically, like I said, it does have a large black population.
A lot of black. Charlotte has a lot of black establishments. So when you say it doesn't cater to black people, I don't think you're using the right words.
Like Price Water Cooper, the chicken place, was it black owned? What place? The chicken place that closed down?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. I just think what I can say with Charlotte, though, I think maybe the only thing I can say is that Atlanta's diverse. I think that's the big thing that we're like missing on. Not even just takeaway. It's not just a Nigerian. Oh, we're talking about Nigerians. Just in general, Atlanta is I don't have stats to necessarily back this up. I'm just saying from the frequent time to go to Atlanta versus being in Charlotte, I just feel like period Atlanta is a more diverse place for black people.
Of course.
They have more different types of black people.
That's what the
versus Charlotte to me is very
Detroit.
To me Charlotte is still very just American. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not as diverse as a city.
Big TT said, "I'm concerned about the black culture in Charlotte since Detroit is the blackest city."
I think it is
population wise, but you'll be
Charlotte
fine. Like it's not about it's quality versus quantity.
Charlotte has a lot of black people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. It's not like where we come from, New Jersey, you can't even compare. So I'm not saying that amount of black people. What I'm talking about is the establishments catered to them.
Oh, here we go.
That's the point I'm making. I'm not talking about numbers wise. I'm talking about the actual things, like. I don't know. It's like you could be in Houston, you can go to like bar 50, 15, 30. I'm not just saying Houston's. I'm not saying Charlotte.
Are you joking?
But
how many black
places how small is it? Is it a hole in the wall? Is it big? Like I'm telling you, you can go to spots in Houston that's like huge and it's all black. Like it's not like one hole in the wall that they made for. You know what I mean? Like we're just trying to not to say
Charlotte, North Carolina is 35% black.
That's not. Houston is only 25%.
Charlotte, North Carolina is 35% black.
Houston is 25%. But let me just confirm.
35% black. That's a lot. 1/3 of the population is black, so you'll be fine. What percentage
of Houston is black? 22.6.
Yeah, percentage of Atlanta, same 50%.
But you have to remember this percent, right? So population-wise, Charlotte has how many people?
35%.
How many people?
So it's going to be about the same amount of black people.
But I'm saying Houston has 2.2. This is just Houston. The real suburb, including suburbs, is about 7 million. So that 22% is large. It's more people.
But I understand why she's talking about this from Detroit, because Detroit is 77%.
It's 70. Yeah, it's the top. That's how we said when we make the best cities for single black women. We just can't go by where has the most black people.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we did that, it would be a whole nother list. That's why when we brought up Austin, everyone was like, Austin, oh my God, it's just super, I said our list was a little random. That's why I had to make, my update. I keep talking about the list. Let me make sure I share.
Atlanta's about 50% black. Charlotte's 35%.
Compare it to the normal city.
But when we compare the populations, since Charlotte is about like almost double the size, it would still be about the same amount of black people, right?
Numbers wise. Let me just share. Let me share. But you guys, let me see. I just want to get this link out. Hope you all can still see us.
Yeah, Detroit 77%. Yeah, that's I didn't realize there was that many black people in Detroit. So yeah, I mean, you're definitely not going to get as many in Charlotte, but you'll still be fine. Like you're not going to feel like a minority.
Yeah.
Like we're always gonna be a minority, but like it's a good amount.
More than enough.
You're way
Automatic
if anything
Uzor.
black owned you want, you're gonna find it in Charlotte.
Houston is very diverse. Yes, it is. And I think honestly, that's one thing I think I really love about Houston is that like everyone is here. Of the 190, what 4 or 5,
It kind of
6
it's like
countries,
Atlanta.
it's like 160 something are represented in Houston City. That's a lot.
Wow.
A lot of cities cannot boast of that. Not
Right.
state, but just city alone. Any food you want, restaurants, any list, like anything you want, you can get it in Houston. And not to say there's not, everywhere has its negatives. Like we talk about I'm apartment hunting everywhere. They talk about their Houston. They have a roach problem. Is the weather. And even if you go to the most fanciest apartment, they will tell you they can't guarantee you won't see a roach. They'll tell you that for free. Like they have an issue. It's the weather. It's the trees. There's a lot of foliage. It's the trees. It's the humidity. It's the weather. So they have a roach problem. The weather is very like tomorrow. They're saying tomorrow Tuesday could be 80. The next day could be 40, 50.
That's everywhere. That's global warming.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they have the people talk about the flooding, the raining. So I'm not the traffic. Insane. Like I said, for people moving to Houston.
Guys, real quick, sorry, I forgot to let you guys know it's Sunday. All right, so don't forget, if you want to show your appreciation to us, don't forget the super chat menu, super chat option. I totally forgot. It's not mandatory.
Just make sure you like the video.
Yeah,
that's the free
one.
Everyone please like the video because people that are on YouTube is getting likes. You get pushed out. We want people to be joining our lives and are on YouTube, subscribe, that are interested in this topic. Because it's nothing like watching it live versus watching a replay. We all know how that goes. So just please like it. But if the spirit leads you, you can show your love. You can, appreciate us. It's not by force, But like, we really appreciate you all. Really engaging with us. It's difficult, we have a channel, 2 people, 2 different places. So we really try to make content that people can, relate to.
Exactly, Chris. No, keep on.
Keep in mind, Charlotte's just up and coming. Give it time. That's the point I keep trying to make, Chris. Black culture, many other blogs are moving Charlotte. So off fair. And that's the point I'm trying to make to my sister. She's not getting it. I'm not saying Charlotte is bad. But you have to understand where they are. You can't compare them to Atlanta and Houston because they're still developing. That's literally the word I'm making. They're up and coming. Not to say population-wise, they have the population, but in terms of just the infrastructure, Charlotte, I feel like it's like a very they cater to like more like it's not like they're just
there's a lot of them that move for jobs.
Yeah, so I just feel as if like it's taking time. It's gonna take they're gonna get there, but they're not at the rate that Houston and Atlanta did it. That's just the point.
And I think that's the thing that it's still developing because I remember once I talked to my guy friend, he's like, yeah, no, you think there's no Nigerians now? Please, back in the day in Charlotte, we didn't have spots Thursday to Sunday. We can go hear Nigerian music. Now we have at least one place every day. And we're annoyed because we only have the one place.
Someone has to start.
But there's places that have no places, right? Like, because we know Thursday, we know where to go. Friday, we know where to go.
Every night,
Saturday, we know where to go.
Just
Sunday, we know where to go.
Yourself.
Charlie, the Wednesday place for Afro beats. But it's just like, to us, like, only one option. We're going to see the same people. We're going to the same place. We're like, Nana, there was a time you couldn't go anywhere. So aren't you? I'm like, yo, that's a good perspective because for me, I'm coming from up north, maybe, and even in Jersey, do we even have clubs on weekends that Jersey has a top 5 Nigerian population. We didn't have a Nigerian club. It's very hard. We just used to go to real events, but we didn't have a Nigerian club in New Jersey.
Because New York is right there. People like, everyone just goes to New York. But Mia, I just moved to Charlotte. I didn't realize how expensive it is. If you want to live in a good neighborhood, minimum you're paying station for. I'm telling you, I told Nnena yesterday, my eyes were like this, looking for apartments. Like I was telling my cousins, like, yo, the market, they're forcing people to buy. Like Chris mentioned, understand why people are buying. If you have the means, if it's something that you want, it's something that is within your budget, if it's something that you're willing, because mentally too, it's not something you just up and do. It's something you have to plan for. At least in my opinion, I just can't wake up and say in 2 weeks I'm going to buy a house. Like it's a lot.
Right. You have to have your
research. I have to research.
Right.
It's not something I can just wake up and do. But I understand why people are buying. Because thanks for coming. Thanks for the super chat. I understand why it's something that people, take time to do because why people are doing it because the renting prices, they're pushing us out of.
But is the housing prices the only difference you could say?
But Chris said, at least you own it.
Right.
At least it's yours. You know it's an investment. You have equity. That's the difference. It's like
I said, Chris, to live somewhere.
I understand where he's coming from. I agree with him. Yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying is that it's something you plan. Yeah. It's not something you wake up and say, I'm buying a house in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like it's something that you have to
and then just go
rush
and buy anything.
Right. So I'm just saying that they're literally. I understand why people are buying because these rent prices. Houston, 1 bedroom, we want something nice. Same thing, 1,600 minimum. My cousin's 15. I don't even think 1,500 is enough. I think 16.
Mia, where did you live? Where'd you move from, if you don't mind?
I've been looking at yes. It's not. Did you find somebody? Gonna move into Charlotte.
A hairdresser, yeah. I did. I go to Matthews. I go to this girl. She's really affordable, natural hairstylist, and I'm really basic, so it depends on what you really want to do to your hair. I know a girl that makes good wigs. I've been to a few natural hair salons, so I can let you know which one is the most popular if you want to try a different one. A few out. Y'all from North or South Jersey?
North Jersey.
North Jersey all day.
Big TT. I've been
Definitely.
looking at apartments. The people are getting steals in COVID. Those prices were not normal because now I'm telling you, these prices. It's like if you got that apartment back, just stay in it, just be renewing it as long as
That's
you
what
can.
I've been doing.
Because these
my
prices,
third renewal, even though I'm just like, I want more space. I want I really want something different. I really want something new. I really want something bigger. But it's just like when you see all these other prices and the thought of moving and the thought of the energy and just like, I don't know.
It's a lot. It's not easy. I'm telling y'all, it's not easy. But we talk about living and experiences. Honestly, like I said, to at a point, my cousins, my sister trying to recruit me to Charlotte. And like I said, Charlotte's not bad. I don't think that I cannot live in Charlotte. What I'm saying is that like I feel as if I haven't really fully explored Houston, and I feel like 1 year is not enough. Some people can move somewhere 1 year and know that it's horrible. Like they don't want to live there. I'm not telling everyone to go somewhere and live there for at least 2 years.
Certain that 1 year you just didn't do that much.
Right, like it was a lot going on. I was traveling too much. Like I didn't really get to sit down and explain. Houston is big. Even if I sit there for 5 years, I will still have things I haven't done yet. Restaurants I haven't gone to, museums, things I haven't seen. But I'm saying I feel like I need to give it at least 2 years to see whether I'm really going to stay here. I'm going to go back to New Jersey. I'm going to go to Charlotte. I'm going to get Atlanta. And that's the thing too. Honestly, I keep saying if I was not going to stay in Charlotte, I'm not about running around America. Like I don't have time for that. Like I don't want to learn something new. I don't want to find a new hairstylist. I have an appointment on Tuesday. I don't want to find a new nail salon. I don't want to find some new. If I'm moving, I feel like I would most likely move back to New Jersey.
So Charlotte got my heart. Charlotte got my heart for now.
Because at least Charlotte, I know it a little,
and we would help you. That you would have to do a lot of the groundwork.
I'm not here about to move.
I need to like a PDF for y'all.
I'm not about to. I've been begging her to make a free guide for a weekend in Charlotte. I'm about to make mine for Houston Soup. I don't want to make her look bad because I'm here only 1 year and I made it, and she been in Charlotte almost 3 years. She didn't make it yet, but I'm begging her make an e-guide, make some type of PDF for people that just want to visit for a weekend. Like we always suggest before you move somewhere, visit it.
Because a lot of stuff you think it's so searchable, but it's really not. Especially if you want to explore the black scene.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Like when people that are there, going there, that are going to tell you firsthand experience, is very different. Cincinnati. I know that's going on.
She said that's a great idea. The
really
weekend. Another thing I've thought about is like, what do you guys think? Like, how many people that want to visit? Would you guys pay for a service where like you have a host for the weekend? And like literally my job would just be like to turn up with y'all. Like I'm just your like tour guide basically, So like maybe even if I give you the PDF, but do you want to be in the streets alone? Some people are by themselves and they don't have anyone to visit with. They don't have anyone that they know here. So I will be a buddy for the weekend. Granted, maybe I have to do a background check, make sure we don't want no problems. But like I would go out with you for the weekend, like me and maybe a friend. Like we would take you around the city for the weekend and explore with you. So like, I would probably only do it for places I've been. Just because I want to be able to tell you like the vibe, right? We probably wouldn't be exploring places, but I've been to enough places, so like I can give you that vibe, for that. And I think that's the advantage of living where I live, just the proximity. So where I live is central, so like we would be able to just like go places uptown. You tell me your experience. Do you want the rooftop vibe? Do you want to check out the African scene? Do you want to just do the Black American scene? Do you want like nice bougie dinners? Do you want?
What's your budget?
Yeah, like what's your budget? Like I've thought of that. Okay, let's do it then. Let's
make a PDF for us newbies in Houston. I will pay. Yes, no worry. I'm
about automatic.
What about Durham, Raleigh? I started wanting to move before Houston. When then I moved to Charlotte because of the area that what I do for work, there's a lot of opportunities there. So I really was thinking about moving to Raleigh, and then we drove there for a week. I don't know whether it was COVID. I'm just like, this place is dead. And my friend living there was like, no, do not do it. Don't do it. Like, it seemed like I said, it gave me the New Jersey suburban vibe a lot. Like it's beautiful, nice, like very nice, good schools, good jobs out there. But it just seemed very,
kind of whack.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris D. Okay, let's do it then. How can we set that up? Email is in our description
Ejima,
box.
@gmail.com. Let me type it here for y'all just in case.
Because I just know how it was when I was moving, and I just know that like
Wish there's more information.
Yeah, like I just wish I had someone. I wish I knew someone. I wish I could have talked to someone. You know, I just wish. You know, I figured out God bless me, and I like I'm grateful that it was like a smooth transition, and I did have some family members here, like I always say. But like they weren't living in Charlotte, you know, they lived in the country, like an hour away from Charlotte.
Email up is here for any inquiries regarding this PDF tour guide day thing. We're trying to think about new ways to just take it past YouTube to really take this in a different direction, because we see the need in the comments people are making, and these things like we say seem so simple. Just Google this restaurant, do this, but you want someone to tell you how to do it.
Literally, you don't even listen. You and me, forget Google. What is
What's
Google?
What's Google?
You and me, you don't need Google. What is that? What is that? You gotta tell me the vibe you're looking for. Like, of course, I don't know everything. Like people always say, but that's reality. When you get stuck in that mentality to think you can't do something, you know everything, you'll do nothing. Because even people that lived in Charlotte 30 years don't know everything. Right. They don't know everywhere. It's about what you do.
The little you know, share it.
In the 2+ years I've been here, especially last year, the way I moved since my cousin moved Charlotte.
They can't stay in the house, y'all. It's bad. It's bad. At the kind of point I started praying for them, it became spiritual. They can't stay in the house. It's too much. That's Charlotte. And I'm telling you, Nnena's here for 2 days. She can't wait till flight tomorrow.
Because he said Nnena's already on the phone with her Charlotte
she's
friend.
Counting down.
What's going on?
She's counting down the hours till she leaves this apartment. Counting down. She can't wait.
Because I come here, they have me in the house. These
you didn't want to go out last night. You don't want to be going anywhere. Every second
club.
It's not club. We go to a lounge. There's so many things to do. We're in Houston. We can go bowling. We can go skydiving. We can go to this park. We can go to the museum.
Let's do that tomorrow. What activity do you have for me for tomorrow? I want a day
Anything
activity.
you want to do.
I want a day activity for
Tell
tomorrow.
me now so we can prepare. We got to go early. Like at least by 11. But there's so much to do. There's an abundance of things to do.
If you're not in the healthcare field or banking field, it's hard to get a job in your field that will pay you what you're worth. Speaking from having a master's in communication,
in Charlotte, right?
Yeah,
banking and healthcare.
Even healthcare to me, they're not paying enough. I can't even imagine other industries. I agree with you 100%. I think it's really the banking people. They're the ones that get in the money.
They get that money.
But even healthcare to me, the pay is a joke to an extent. Like the nurses pay, like I don't know, because what they try to offer nurses now is like nurses. I got jobs are paying basically that when I was a new grad in Jersey. Almost that same salary. The cost of living is not low anymore. Exactly.
So y'all can't say, the cost of living is cheaper down here. Not anymore. So y'all got to be giving up north pays.
Right. Edwin William. Yeah, definitely set that up. So you talk about setting up the weekend excursion.
Yeah, he said we need the Houston PDF too down here for sure. Okay.
Highly educated people live in whack places. LOL. Being in 2 live places like Houston will have everyone that wanted to settle down.
I'm telling you, Houston, too many distractions. Every night you can go out from Monday to Sunday. Every place.
But low key, okay, Charlotte's closed on Mondays. Nothing really opens on Mondays. But low key, Charlotte, people be outside Tuesday to Sunday. Like if you're really in Charlotte, if you want to be outside
to 3 a.m. to 4 a.m.
No, that's the difference. If you want to be outside in Charlotte from Tuesdays, I know people personally that do it. If you want to be if you want to be outside from Tuesday to Sunday in Charlotte, you can also do it. Trust me. Just you're gonna leave at 2 a.m. And go home. But if you want to be outside from Tuesday
that's why they
to
chasing
Sunday,
around married girlfriend, side chick, because it's too much. If
Charlotte
they sat
people,
there,
low key Charlotte people outside. Like people are, your lashes are so cute.
Thank you. And Charlotte, Charlotte big for banks, second to NYC, I believe.
Very
Charlotte,
big.
Everyone knows bank. You go there, you see all these banks, Wells Fargo, this one, that one. They're known for banking. Hello, beautiful queens. Hello, BP. Thanks for joining. Yeah, because you keep canceling flights. How you gonna see me? And
I canceled one.
The last quarter of last year was very busy for me, traveling a lot, personal and for work. So I told her I can't come to Charlotte, and I know it's beautiful, wonderful, amazing. It's the best thing in the world.
Are you gonna come in March?
I don't. It depends if our other plans fall through. No, I have to confirm.
Charlotte's 2 nights,
so I can't be traveling. If I'm going international, I'm not traveling again. And also, too, Charlotte still is cold in March.
No, it's not. March is when we start going outside.
Yes, but I'm saying it's not like warm. Like I prefer to go in the summertime.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
We'll be waiting for you whenever you're ready. We'll be waiting for you. Trust me, we'll be waiting.
I went to Houston last year for a week, and yes, we went out every night. Houston,
come to Charlotte for a week. We'll go out every night.
Okay, till 12 or till 4. I'm leaving.
Doesn't matter the time.
But I'm just explaining to you, like
it's not Atlanta. Listen, I always say this. Charlotte's not Atlanta. It's not Houston. I would never say shit. But what I'm saying is that it's not a suburb in Jersey. Like there's also it's a city. There's a lot to do in Charlotte. There's a lot to do. Trust me. Like there's a lot of places to go. There's a lot. If you want a club, like I said, from Tuesday to Sunday, you're gonna do it in Charlotte. But you're not gonna be outside to 5 a.m. at one spot. Like trust me, that's definitely gives me the Atlanta and Houston vibe. Definitely gives me the Atlanta and Houston feel. Like I'm not gonna argue that, but Charlotte's not a dead city. It's not a city with nothing to do. Definitely not.
My cousin just text Charlotte's lit. Nana's thinking of Charlotte, all the things she's missed in 48 hours in Charlotte. She
Yes, I'm telling you, he's intelligent, glam. And Houston sounds like Atlanta with all the party. Yes, when I think of Atlanta, I think of Houston.
Mhm.
It just Houston's like what 5 times the size.
Mhm.
The size is different, but like if you're a rah party person, rah, then yes,
Hello.
definitely you're gonna love Houston. You know what I mean? Like it's the place of I just feel like it's a bit too big for me.
Houston's big.
Houston's a bit too big for me. Like I just feel like how will I like really like it's a bit overwhelming. Yeah, it's a bit much, and I don't know. Like maybe it'd be different if I'm here with Ngozi.
Sydney RN asks, would you all consider Aries NYC Atlanta?
NYC,
we came
no,
from
we
up
came
north,
from
New
but
Jersey.
I would consider it.
NYC,
I just talked about it earlier in the live. If you were
consider it,
if you were
despite all the things people say, dating, a lot of
I would consider
DL
Atlanta.
man, blah blah blah. After what I just feel like everywhere is bad. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I see people in Atlanta getting married. You know what I mean? Right. Of course, I do understand that there's a different market there, and I understand that things would be a little different. But I just like the fact that Atlanta has so much culture, but it can get a little ratchet. I said it's everywhere. It depends on where you decide to go, right? They do have their more upscale days, it just depends on the crowd, what you like to do, where you go. I prefer Dallas over Houston. A lot of people
I don't know
say
much
that.
about Dallas. To be
Dallas
honest.
Is boring. I don't know if you live there, Intelligent Glenn.
Houston is hot all the time. I like change of season and come to Charlotte.
But Houston's, and people say that, but Houston is hot, yes, majority of the time. But trust me, Houston still it's not the way people think it's 100 degrees all year. It just never gets crazy cold. But December, this last Christmas weekend, I felt like I was in New Jersey. It gets cold, of course, but it's not going to get cold like up north. It's just not it's not, there's no proper winter.
Mm-hmm. A lot of places close early in Charlotte. Clubs, mall, grocery stores. That is this is true. That's very true. Clubs 2 a.m. I'm fine with that. I think I don't even need to be out till 2, so that doesn't bother me. If you want to try the African Club Safari, close at 3. So you have an extra hour, 3 something. The mall, yeah. I mean, on Sundays they close early. Grocery store. What's early to grocery stores? Because Whole Foods close at 10. Is that early to you? Harvest Teeter close 10. Right? I feel like the average Walmart, all of them, they close at 10. Am I incorrect?
My parents live in Fort Worth. Okay, Fort Worth, Dallas. Like I said, people have said that when I was moving here, people's like, don't go to Houston, go to Dallas. I'm like, I didn't really know people there. And I'm just like, Houston, I actually know people. Like, let me go where I know. And I've been to a lot. Like Dallas, I've been a few times, but I never really sat there, really went around. But maybe just the areas you went to. But I just feel even when I went for work, it just seems very blah. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just the parts I was in.
Is there any way we can update the title? Should you live in Houston for sure?
Let me, one second. Should you?
Mm-hmm.
1 second, y'all.
Okay, someone's new to the channel. I'll put her comment up. Sydney RN, yes, we are twins. You're new to the channel. We both moved from New Jersey. My Ngozi moved from New Jersey to Houston, and I currently live in what a question mark. And I currently live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry, I didn't do this. She asked what we do for a living.
I'm a registered nurse.
And I'm a pharmacist.
You can leave it if it's not showing up.
Okay.
But it said living in, it changed the other thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so we are twins. So that's why when you said NYC, we already kind of got that vibe because we live in northern New Jersey. Granted, I kind of wish I did live in NYC at least for a year when I was younger. But at this point in my life, I cannot imagine myself living in New York. It's just a bit much. But I know why people care about it because it's a different vibe.
Definitely not Manhattan. I would want to live in Brooklyn. But Brooklyn is such a different experience than living in Manhattan. I feel like when people...
Oh, you're a twin. Oh, the twins. Oh, hey, Anola.
Sydney RN, nice. You're a twin. Where do you live? Where are you based out of?
And I've heard this. My cousin lives in Dallas, and she says that Dallas is way more
I'm telling
family
you, it's fam.
oriented.
Like, when I think of Dallas, I think of families. Like, I don't think of like people. Even I speak to people, like they talk about going out. Like, there's not that many spots to choose from. Like, and I feel like it's a very old white city. Like, I feel like it doesn't really. Not to say they don't have stuff. Just walking around. Remember we went for that wedding? Like, it just didn't like.
It didn't move me.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I haven't I don't know much. I was only there for a week, and I can't talk about all of it. I like Charlotte. It still feels like it's southern. Atlanta has lost a lot of southern charm. Interesting. I was told to move to Raleigh
instead of Charlotte.
Hold on. I was told to move to Raleigh instead of Charlotte. I don't know who told you that.
Automatic Uzo, nice.
Where are you again in Automatic Uzo?
I think she's in Houston. We should link up.
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking about Mooresville, North Carolina, but I'm nervous. Rethink that. You should be nervous. How was Houston's single life?
I'm telling you. They said distractions. There's a lot of deviousness.
I live in Brooklyn. I want to move to Atlanta. I could see that. Brooklyn. I could see that transition.
Because you used to be someone that's diverse. Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, let's talk about. I'm getting confused. There's a lot of people in here tonight. Thanks for your support again. Please, everyone in the live right now, please
like the video.
Really helps. Super chat is welcome as well. Anything starting from $1.99 to support our channel, it helps.
We appreciate it.
If you don't go to church today, you can use this as your
Bless our ministry.
Bless our ministry. It's not easy. It's only the grace of God. Like getting on this live. Once you get on it, it's so fun, and you're just like, oh my God, I love doing this. But before it's oh, they even right before the live, I'm just like, I'm really about to go live, but you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself. And sometimes being a creator, a lot of people don't realize how it's a lot of work. It's a lot.
It's not just kicks and giggles, go on YouTube, talk, the editing alone just for a video, the thumbnail, the promoting.
You have to show me the thumbnail stuff,
the SEO. Like, it's a lot. So if the spirit leads you, if you want to appreciate us, that is welcome as well, but just please make sure you like this video so other people can join.
That's the most important. We don't have enough likes. There's enough people in here. Everyone, please, if you just go like the video, we'll have 30 likes.
Right. It's mad distractions in Houston for sure because of the lifestyle. There's a lot to do. People are always out. And I know that what's wrong with Mooresville.
I've only been there once. And it just first off, it's kind of far away. It's maybe 40 minutes, was it? And I don't know. I don't know the vibe. I can't. What's the vibe you're looking for? Answer that question. Then I'll let you know if something is wrong with Roy.
How was a single life in Charlotte?
Same way as
everywhere. Universal struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Curious. Continue.
I think the thing with Charlotte is that there's people everywhere. And I think there's people in Charlotte. I think it's about finding where to meet the type of people you want to meet.
I think that's the struggle. That community and meeting people through that community.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the hardest part with just moving peers, especially older, not being in school, not going into a job every day.
Just curious, who makes more money, RN or pharmacist? If we're just going for 40 hours, typically a pharmacist, and they have a PhD. They went to school longer, so that's 4-year degree versus 6 to 8 year degree.
But if you work on overtime as a nurse, you can make more, or equal more, whatever.
What do you like more, Charlotte or Houston? So I've only lived in Charlotte, and I visited Houston. Me personally, I prefer Charlotte, and that's why I live there. That's why I'm there.
Houston,
and she prefers Houston. Houston's a bit much for me, But I guess I'm sure wherever you go, you adjust. What's the best areas in Charlotte for singles? Are you talking about to live? Please specify your question. Area Black. Okay, so area. How was single life for BE and for Black women in Charlotte? A lot of them complain. A lot of people say
it says a lot of most of the men are married.
But honestly, I don't really know. Because I just know what's it called? How do I pull this back up?
Right down here.
I don't really know because I don't really talk to that many people about it, to be honest. I've never really heard that many people necessarily complain, but I'm sure it's the same issues that people have in all the other cities, just about where do you go to meet serious-minded men who actually want to settle down and actually want something serious versus men who just want to have fun. And I think that's something I hear over and over again from women in all different cities. Let me see. I like Cali, but that's too far. Yeah, that's fine. What areas should I definitely avoid in Charlotte? If If you want to wait for me to email you, then you can tell me. Yeah, email, that'll probably be better. Oncology, hematology, right. Yeah, I think it's so similar. Like, I don't think at this point, I don't think it's really just related to the city. I think like things I'm hearing, like even from our comments, people, especially women. The funny part, I don't hear men complaining. So I always wonder, like, for the men, are y'all having struggles dating? Like, because I know the manosphere talks a lot, and they have a lot of opinions, but like in general, why does it always seem like women are the ones complaining about the dating scene? Like, because it seems like men they have their options. You know what I mean? They have their what they call the pick of the whatever litter. They're enjoying themselves, but I just feel like I hardly ever hear men complain like, oh, this city, the women are this, or I'm looking for a wife, no serious women. Is it reality that like most of the time is the man? Most time the issue is the man, because how come we are not hearing men complain about their cities and men complain about dating? So why
it's very interesting that men have too many options, right? In America, a lot of options.
Men are not picky. So you're saying all women are picky? My twin lived in Durham area and she loved it. Nice. I don't know. What's this really for Raleigh and Durham? Aren't they usually like classified together? I know they're right next to each other, but Durham seems cool. Durham seems cool. Girl, yes, dating is a struggle. If you're in a relationship, try to make it work. You do not want to come back out here. Let's talk about the crime rate. So interesting enough, I'm subscribed to this newsletter. I would tell everyone, people that try to move to Charlotte, you maybe follow this Instagram page called Axio Charlotte. I talked about it in one of my videos like I think a year or two ago, and it just talks about like current things happening in Charlotte and like restaurants, like things opening. It's very interesting. And like there's a newsletter you get daily if you want to sign up for a newsletter. And recently I just re-signed up again, even though it gets overwhelming, like getting emails daily, but they're quick reads, like a few minutes. And the last email I didn't read on Friday, the headline was "Rising Crime Rates in Charlotte." I haven't read it yet. So I've been hearing a lot about, if you watch the news at 12 o'clock after the views, this happened and that. I just stay away from the news because I don't want to get paranoid.
So Axios Charlotte, how is this shit?
Axios. Let me
I had to take I listened that news come up accidentally in 1 minute it's off because I can't be hearing that type of stuff. I understand you need to know what's going on, but I can't. God gave us a spirit of not a spirit of fear, but a spirit of sound mind. I can't be listening to all that stuff. It will make you not leave your house. That Houston couple found dead. Houston man kills girlfriend. Like what?
Really?
What?
It's craziness. I'll type it in here, the Instagram you should follow if you're thinking of moving to Charlotte, or maybe you already live in Charlotte, you just want to know what's going on. Because me and my friend are always having this argument. She'll be like, oh, I don't think there's anything in Charlotte. I don't think the city's for us. I'm like, I get it, right? Like I always say, I'm not going to say Charlotte is Atlanta, Charlotte is Houston. But the point is that I'm even shook that Charlotte is bigger than Atlanta. It's not just about where you are. I keep telling people, stop always blaming your city. What are you doing to find what you like? What are you doing to make the best of where you live? I can take you to Miami. I can take you to LA. I can take you to the city. If you sit in your house and watch YouTube and Netflix, you rotate them. Then maybe you throw in some movies.
You're gonna be bored.
Then you go to sleep and go to work and go to grocery store. You're not gonna like your city. It doesn't matter where I take you. Number 2, have you found community? Do you know people? Any city you go to and you're by yourself, you will be isolated and you'll be bored, because the reality is that most people are not going to run around exploring on their own. Only few people feel comfortable doing that. There's also safety implications to that. Also going out at night, being a woman, living alone. I don't even advise you roaming around at night by yourself. You know what I mean? So I'm not here to be the, people think I'm like, oh, I'll die for Charlotte. I'm the Charlotte advocate. No, that's not true. What I'm saying is that I feel like Charlotte is good enough that you can get everything you want.
It's not.
There's nothing you're not going to find. Yeah, it's not the middle of nowhere. I know where people are living. I know how isolated some places and how like nothing. They don't have any diversity at all. They don't have any. The issues of Charlotte. It's like I think a lot of the things you're gonna have to go looking. They're not gonna find. I think that's maybe most cities, but the good thing about Charlotte is that it's not so big that you're gonna get so overwhelmed. I can understand maybe someone coming to Houston. We already saw 2.2 million people.
That's
just by yourself.
Actual city.
It can get so overwhelmed. You don't want to go out. Just want to sit, because it's like, where do I even start? How do I meet people? Where do I go? What part of Houston do I go to? Where, you know what I mean? Like I understand, but it's just like you have to fight through it. You have to push through it, and you have to do things to meet people.
Your place alone is not enough. It's also you. It's a 50-50. Trust me. People can say environment's not important. It is important. Because you can be doing all you want, but if you're in the middle of nowhere where nothing is there, you're still going to be struggling.
Which Charlotte, Atlanta, and Houston don't fall under.
Yeah, like
none of those places are in the middle of nowhere.
Also, like you said, it's community. It's the individual. You have to put in that effort.
Right.
It's not going to just happen. For as long as you mind your business and use common sense, you should be fine mostly. Right. Those cities have the crime issue. That's the reality. Houston, stealing cars and tires is a big thing.
She said, Northern Uptown's great for single. It seems like men. You could Northern Uptown great for single. It seems like men sense when you're not from the city in pounds. ASAP. Issue. One thing I really haven't explored North a lot. That's one thing I was trying to do more this year. But Uptown, interesting. Where do you go in Uptown? Name me your spots in Uptown. I was just in Uptown Friday night. We tried to go to like 3 places.
That's Charlotte. They go out. They go to 5 places a night. Sydney said, new community. What's your suggestion? Diary has some church clubs and your interest. That's number one. Church is a big one. I know a lot of people a lot of young people. They don't want to go to church. Go catch Holy Ghost and make friends.
Hey!
Like there's a lot. Church is a big one. Like community, I can even speak for it being Jersey. How bored we.
And I think that's the issue being in Charlotte. I haven't really the church.
You're not gonna find a perfect church. You're not perfect. So you go visit a few. Join one, not go to church and jump out. Join a group. If you're in church, you're in the young people's group, you're an usher, you're something, you help them clean this or whatever, join some type of group so you get intimate. Just going to church, you're coming out, you're not going to meet people. You have to be involved in it. If you choose to do church, whatever you like, join something around it. I'm thinking about joining something. I'm like, I need to be committed, working from home. I can't just be in the house all day.
One, getting out of your comfort zone, especially for the work from home folks. Y'all got to put in extra work. You cannot tell me you work from home. You wake up, you work in your house, then at night you go to sleep, and you tell me your city's boring. No, you're boring. You cannot just blame your city. It's gonna be harder because like you literally have to put in more effort. Like literally.
Thanks,
isn't it a great video? Thank you.
A few minutes.
you know the vibes. Right. So like you can't complain. My city. No, you work from home. At least some people go to work. The court say, hey, do you want to go after work? Let's get drinks. You want to go? You working from home? You have to put even more effort to get a social life. Even more effort in the person that goes in the office every day because naturally they're socializing already. You know, there's exchange. Like I know when I used to work for the county, every day I'm meeting people. I'm not saying unless I'm meeting young people like me or people are related like me, but once in a while I do meet them. Once in a while I do see them, we exchange. I've even gotten numbers from people.
Work is kind of like going out for some people because you're still leaving your house and you meet people, you see people. You know,
great discussion. Thank you, Ariel. You say yes. So what's yes to? And then that weird emojis. So someone said preach. It said, I love this chat. Thanks, yes. Because I just feel like there's too much narrative about, this city, move to DC,
like
jump to DC, move to Alaska, move to China.
People are in Atlanta bored, people are in LA bored, people are in Manhattan bored, people are in Houston bored, people are in Charlotte bored, people are in all these cities, Miami, they're bored. It's also, like I said, I'm not going to take away the fact that where you are. If I live in Miami and I live right off the beach, I'm going to go to the beach more.
Right. I don't need no one. I'll be in the beach by myself.
There's no beaches here. Yeah. Beaches are not. I want to go to that beach everyone talks about, Galveston. Some people say it's dirty. It's not a beach place. But you can't affect the fact that something's close to you, you're going to go there more. Just on default. But it's not just the end all be. I can still be going to the beach every day and be bored.
Actual Charlotte's a great page. Yes, it is. Some dudes will gladly date a woman with no income or ambition. How many women would do the same? That's just a small example. Yeah, because a man is supposed to provide. I don't think necessarily ambition, though. I still think that's rare. I think these are not normal situations.
I think when he says men are not as picky, religious talk.
Men aren't as picky, though.
Men, they're not. Like my sister thinks.
But you know why I think a lot of men are not picky? Because they're not thinking of marriage. I think that's another factor too. A lot of men are out here having fun, but a lot of women want to settle down. Right. So when you're looking for a life partner, looking for a night of fun, we're looking for two different things. I'm looking for more serious things versus a guy just trying to have fun. What are you looking for? You're just looking for fun. I'm not looking for fun. What is fun? I don't want fun. You get what I'm saying? I want fun with a marriage-minded man. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like definitely you're right in the sense that men are not as picky because a lot of men also are not looking for anything serious. They're just looking for something casual. So it makes sense that like you're not looking for all these things to check off a list when you're not thinking of a wife.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
If it happens, it happens.
Okay, so I saw that. Great discussion. How are you working home as a pharmacist? MTM. I'm not sure.
No, I work in pharma. So yeah.
I was working from home as a nurse too. So these days, do what you could do. And I could say, like, when I was working from home remotely, that's when this whole going out spirit evolved.
When she was going to work, she never one day went to happy hour. Never. She'll say, well, I'm going to go this Wednesday. I want to go after work. Never. She'll run to her house. Just going to work is draining, especially with this. I can't imagine driving in Houston traffic, waking up to get to work at 8 or 9 or it's a lot.
LOL, remote worker and I'm recovering homebody. Be easy on me, twins. Yeah, they be talking about you. Remote work and recovering homebody. It's like, oh, I hate my city. There's no men here. Oh, I hate this city. It's so boring.
Do you go out? Do you go out? Do you go out?
Making more of an effort when you go for, yes, you have to make more of an effort and just be intentional. Like, don't force it, of course, but at least say every week, once a week, I'm going out. Not start church, small. Not the grocery store. Those are not outings to me. Church, okay, you try. Even join a gym. You work from home, don't go to your apartment gym, maybe. Maybe join a real gym. So every day you have somewhere you're going outside of your apartment.
People, like friends, right? You join classes, you go Orange Theories. All this things expensive. I don't know. I'm just.
She said China. Them. Yeah, I said China because it doesn't matter where you are. If you sit in the house, you're not going to meet people. Sit in the house, you're not meeting people. I don't care where you go to. And I think there's just, oh yeah, she got some of my spot sports one. We were just there on Friday, District 23, Noda 101, but it depends on music you like too. Noda 101 was so much fun if you like karaoke. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my list. Noda 101 and District 23. I'm gonna go to those.
Like African stuff.
That's not true. Sports one is not African. Okay. I can't be in Charlotte like African. The African scene is very, very limited. Good points. Thank you. We want fun and forever. Okay, let them know. I wish. How do you make this one big?
That arranged marriage is the way for. I'm telling you, people look down on them. They have lower divorce rates. You go based on, if you choose to go that way, you go based on values, family versus I like red, you like blue. The things that we talk about that don't even make sense.
It depends on where y'all looking. It depends what you mean. Where the type of people you're meeting. Is that what you're saying? I'm not really following. It depends on how you're working. Can you tell us how you work from home as a nurse? It was contract.
So like what type of roles were you working?
Like case management, clinical reviewer. Like I work with a specific company and like it was a good experience. Sometimes I did get a little bored, but like now, yeah, it's well, that's a separate video. That will come up.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey twins.
How are you?
Oh, hey queens. Okay. Also, expand the places you visit. Going to the club and bar all the time isn't probably the best if you're looking for something serious. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that for sure. But then it's like almost like at this point, like outside of going to eat and going like a bar or club, what do people really do? You know what I mean? It's kind of like those hookah, are the easiest things to do. Eat. Right. It's hookah, brunch, or dinner, and then go out to eat. Like besides that, I guess it's getting involved. Like for me this year, I said what I really want to do more of is sporting events, particularly basketball, but I'm open to any sporting event. Sporting events, the gym I joined last summer, which was like the best decision I made. Sporting events, the gym, consistent with church and like arts. So like more plays, more poetry events, more spoken, like more like I just want to expand like the clubs. Like I'm so good off of it. Once in a while I still do it, but I'm just like I don't know how people. Okay, I don't
marriage or men in church. Are men in church like that? I mean, African churches try, but I'm feel like overall men don't be in the church like that. But also college, the best it is. But a lot of us were told to focus on the books mistakes, right? And not worry about men. They're going when we finish and get all these degrees.
No,
we
did a lot
of waiting.
Right?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. I don't. Nah.
That's one mistake I probably really made. My Niger queens. Hey.
We're going to be rounded up soon, y'all. So like we said, please like the video. A lot of people are coming in. Please like the video.
Yes, and it's a big one. We're going to end on this probably. And people can sense your energy too when you go out. If you look cute and have a great personality, people want to be around you. First impression, everything. Me and my cousin always talk about this because we're getting
arguments. Go out like this.
You can't go out. It's also about going out and like a lot of people, this is them out there out.
Press phone.
Either you're on phone or you're frowning or you just don't look approachable. You don't look friendly. And then people are like, oh, I'm not meeting people. You have to engage. It's not just about going out too, right? Don't go out and look like someone forced you out. Just stay home and keep watching your movies. You know what I mean? Like you want to go out and actually look like you want to be there and actually be open to meet people and to talk to people. So that's why for me, I always tell people, anyone that knows me, and Ngozi, I don't force things. If I'm not in the mood, if I'm not feeling it, if I'm in a funk, I don't go anywhere. I don't go like literally if I know I'm just not having a good day. Sometimes going out helps me. Like it depends like how bad the mood is. But if I'm not feeling it, I don't even want to go out and just be frowning. I'm just gonna stay home and get over my mood and then maybe go out the next day. But you're definitely making a point. Like it's about the energy. You have to bring the right energy to No sleep on local stuff. I don't really like outdoor stuff. I get itchy.
Stop. My issue is I feel like
Very
just being in
true.
America, period. I don't know, maybe people have this experience. Do men really approach women in America?
Not really.
That's me, because people can
Outside
say
of
go
that
here
club bar
and go that. I
environment.
feel like men don't come up to women. They'll look at you and you guys can make up. But I feel like the culture here, I feel like men are so quick to message you online or something. Like it's online, Facebook, Instagram, online dating. But I feel like men don't really approach women. Maybe the guys in the chat, you guys can speak to that. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I just feel like from my personal experience, maybe just unless they're like really Nigerian or just came, like I feel like it's really just Nigerian guys if I can really think about it. But I feel like men don't really be approached like
Just like American guys and like kind of shy.
yeah, like I feel like they don't really approach women. Like I don't even like I said, I could just maybe it's my personal experience. Maybe I'm just speaking on me, but I don't feel like it's not
That's
really
interesting.
I don't feel like it's really a
So
thing.
you think that's why they be getting the girls? Because they're the ones that go up and talk to them?
Who?
The Nigerian guys?
It could be that, yeah. That I feel like I don't think it's a culture too. Like we're not as aggressive. Like it's not, some men say they're afraid to overstep. They don't want to make women feel uncomfortable. There's a lot of factors, but I just don't feel as if men just be coming up. Just even if I go to a festival or I'm smiling, are men going to come up to me? Like I feel like I don't know.
Christina said foreign men approach.
Yeah,
okay.
like, I feel like they don't care. Hey, baby, how are you? Where are you from? Come over here. Like they don't care. You be like, get out of my face. But I feel like there's a cultural thing. I really feel like in America, it's not a thing for this men to see a woman to walk up to them and hey, how are you? I really like you. I'm not saying it didn't ever used to be a thing, but also for our generation, I feel like because of technology, it's made men a little lazy. Like men don't have to really like go out and like. They could just go and DM you on Instagram. I like you. I saw you. I'm like, where did you get my Instagram? Like, how do you even know my name? But
They said men don't try to talk too much anymore with this shit because it's easier just to talk online, less risk. Versus
yeah, it is risky. And I said that's
we
we talk about foreign men because a lot of them don't have shame. So even if
men they fear rejection,
yeah, like I feel like they're really and it's not easy. I can imagine. That's why people say when you smile on your social, it makes them feel more comfortable to come up to you.
Okay, so let's close on this one. Me and me. This is a big point. A lot of people say, as a woman, sit at the bar by yourself. So many men will come to you and spark conversation, speaking from experience. And a lot of men tell us women stop going on in groups. They keep saying that stop going on in groups, you're not approachable. So, for me, I don't really roll in groups, period. Anyone that's close to me, I don't like women groups. It's too noisy. I don't like noise.
Too much estrogen.
It's too noisy. It's too much going on. Too many hormones. Like for me, I like to roll one person.
We know her buddies in the chat.
Yeah, I like to roll one person.
Her roll dog.
Maybe on a good day, if I'm in a good mood, the spirit's leading me, I could do two people. But me personally, yeah, I could do maybe two. We make it three. I don't like groups. I like to be me, one person. But I think I could say I do need to start. I'm kind of getting spoiled because my cousin moved here. I do need to start going out alone. I'm not even going. But my issue is it has to be the right environment. I'm not going out to a club alone. I'm not going out to places late at night alone. Right. Like maybe like a game, like like a sporting event. You know what I mean?
At the bar to watch the game.
I really do need to start going out more alone, not feeling like I have to always go out with someone. Like be comfortable doing things by myself.
Technology definitely shifted. Yeah, technology shifted things for men for sure. Facts. The best place to find a partner is close to the Missouri City, LOL, Leicester. I have more time to focus on building a family. That's right. People living outside of Houston, because trust me, if you got
Missouri City is outside Houston.
It's like a suburb of Houston. So I'm saying people that have to drive maybe an hour. But that's like the families. That's what I tell people. People say want to move to Houston. Yes, I get it. But I tell people, especially people that are new here, Houston, when people say Houston, a lot of people also refer to the suburbs, the metro area, and it can get very far. So I can only imagine being in the suburbs, being an hour plus from where things are happening. Not everyone has the energy to be driving an hour to see civilization. You know what I mean? So like, I get it. Like, I definitely understand it being slower, like that over there, people feeling more of that itch. But being in Houston, especially if you're in closer to the city, that fast life, like people get very distracted because here, there's always something to do. You can go out, like I said, every day of the week. Every day, people are outside. They outside, like for real. So I think sometimes people feel as if, that's what I keep saying, sometimes people feel like these cities necessarily are not overall the best places sometimes.
Yes. Tonight we're planning this because y'all plan. I need to come to Charlotte and Ngozi. Let's plan it. Don't worry, you'll come. You'll be like, wow, am I in Las Vegas?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, you supposed to go last year, but something happened last summer. After Memorial Day, we're supposed to go. We'll go in the summer together because I told her she gotta wait till summertime.
Summer's too far. Y'all come in the spring,
maybe April, May.
April, May.
But like not next month or March.
Okay, people in South Houston, people from North Houston.
It's
All
like
these
they
big
say you could be in a long distance relationship and be in Houston.
all
and
these
be a man in
cities
Houston.
get as it be with finding a husband. Yeah, because people don't want to settle down and then have too many options.
Way too far. That's an hour commute. Like people say, you could be in a long distance relationship, be dating someone in Houston.
Really?
I'm telling you, understand when you start
No,
adding the
Charlotte's not like
suburbs.
that.
If we want to add the suburbs, you can drive 2 hours and still be in Houston, no traffic. If we're adding suburbs, you can drive 2 hours in Houston and no traffic. It's big. Size that it is very big. I told you I went to one church in North Houston, 40-something minutes. I was like, I can't be driving 40-something
But
minutes.
you also probably didn't really like the church.
No, I liked the church, but it also was too late. It started at 12, then it's so far. By the time I got home, it was like 3-something. My whole Sunday is gone. Like, like it gets far.
Oh, we skipped this one.
Y'all single. God is doing something. Like it's big cities are terrible. Smaller. I've heard that many men though that we northern girls are very aggressive or southern chicks.
Really, I've been kind of. If anything, people tell me I act like a southern girl. I guess because I'm calm and a bit conservative.
Really,
I'm very chill.
The smaller towns are more likely to be in a relationship. Yeah, because nothing else to do. If you live somewhere where there's one mall that's an hour away, you have a movie theater, like you only get it, like you have less distractions. Sometimes people feel like, oh, let me go where there's more people. That's better, but it kind of sometimes can work to your disadvantage.
Not quantity.
There's a lot of people, but where's their mindset? What are they thinking about? What are their priorities? You know.
Everything is too spread on text. Agreed. So again, we're about to end this live. Again, anyone that wants to super chat,
please like the
you're
video.
welcome to do that. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's more important than even doing the super chat. Everyone, please at this moment like the video. It really helps us get into the algorithm. Helps this pop up in people's feed. If YouTube sees that the people in the live are enjoying the discussion and they are actually liking the video. So this year we're going to try and be way more consistent. A lot was going on last year. We'll talk about that later. So we're trying to be consistent. I think in lieu of trying to sometimes always make a video, what we're trying to do is just go live more, just because it's easier. I'm not going to lie. It's easier. I don't have to edit anything. I don't have to. Most we have to do is just make a thumbnail and keep it pushing. Like it could be like, and Sunday night I think is the most popular night to go live.
You can see the numbers.
Yeah, just period. Like people are available. People are looking for something to do. People are getting ready for the week. A lot of people are not out necessarily on a Sunday night unless you're in Houston or something. People don't sleep, but people are like indoors versus maybe doing it on a Friday night or the Saturday night. That wouldn't be
yes to life. Thanks you all. Thank you all so much.
Yeah,
and don't forget to show your appreciation if you want to, because
so since we talked about dating in this live, we have so many topics that we've been wanted to talk about. Her 1 year update for Houston is coming up, so she'll probably go live for that
next month. There's a lot going on with me, so like I said, she's gonna have to take over for the next few weeks.
The rest of this month, it's all Charlotte. Basically, the rest of the month's gonna be all Charlotte. I'm gonna look at some apartments this coming week. A lot of things. I just want to have videos just on different things, but somehow related to my life living in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Thanks, Petra.
Petra, lead the way.
Lead the way.
So, just expect more content. So, trying to do more shorts. Just trying to understand the audience better, which is always a challenge as a creator.
Especially
because
when you're making stuff, you wonder like, what do people want to watch? Sometimes you think that something is so interesting, but then you put it up and it doesn't do as well as you wanted to. Then you get kind of discouraged. But it is what it is. Like our channel is in 2 different directions. So you want to make sure we're not confusing people. Some people be like, "Oh, you moved to Houston. You moved to." They don't realize
that we're twins. So sorry, don't get annoyed if in the beginning I'm always prefacing to who we are and like where we moved, because there's people that are new and they don't know these things for our day ones. This was fun. Yes, thank you. Yes to the live. Yes, more lives. God bless you. Thank you, ladies. You're welcome. So we will see you, hopefully, most likely, next Sunday.
By the grace of God. But y'all, let us also know what topics you want us to talk about. You can always email us, comment in the comment section of this video. Let us know what you want to see. We can see if that, that aligns to our strategy. But enjoy you guys Sunday. I think we're about to be outside, but you guys enjoy your night. Good night, wherever you are. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye.